One of the toughest things in this life is losing heart. Excuse me. There's so many people who've lost heart, and in so many different ways, like life goals not coming about, and relationships not working out. And what that can do to a person is really, it changes people. It changes people when they think they can't change, because then they put that narrative on themselves, even though they feel stuck in something. And we get stuck in things for years, is one of the really tough things about living here in this existence, is just how much struggle we go through for little things, and all the way to just not getting your basic needs, which happens to a lot of people. And that's how I think a lot of people, can, what do they call it? Like just going trash, like just having a poor morale, like bad ethic, bad lifestyle, and bad as far as it just kind of makes everyone else's life worse. And there's just so much of that around here, and then it makes it even harder for those who are really trying. And yeah, there is a way to get your heart back, but it really takes a big win. Because after a long time of feeling so bad, you forget what like feeling really good feels like. And the only way I'm able to have those contrasts is because I've had the high highs and the low lows, and there's an awful lot of the low lows. And it just makes things really difficult, But I always inevitably seem to hope that there will be a win, and even if there isn't a win, I still win because I respect myself, and I will always be there for myself, and by myself, I mean who I am as far as the person that also wants to help the community as a whole, like all of us. And I want my art to even help people. And art does help people, and that's part of the reason I do it. But the main reason I do it is just because I get inspired, and that's a mysterious thing all in itself. And so a lot of times when I do art, it's just for me. And just being able to create in itself is a win, whether it's appreciated or not. Just being in that space of being creative and having a flow. Time is different in that space, and the felt presence of experience is different in that place. And the felt presence of experience is often what is really going on that's difficult for anyone. I mean, maybe that's obvious to some people, but I think it should be said, and that's a good way to say it, is that, and people, like, reduce them and say their feelings, oh, they're just transient feelings, but the felt presence of our experience is more than just feelings. It's how we feel, it's who we are, it affects how we move through this space. And we don't understand what those things are. Some of them make more sense than others. But I think we would all choose a more amiable disposition if we had the perspective, and we had heart, and we had some wins. Because after a while, people just get jaded, and they just don't care, and they judge it on people who are also going through the same things and just as limited and going through their own struggles. And I mean, that goes back to love the player, hate the game. Because people are naive. We are kind of like dumb animals sometimes. And that's okay. It's, I try not to judge that all. Just like I try not to judge, like, mental illness. And there's a lot of things that are normal that I think are, like, would be in the category of mental illness. And, you know, it usually takes a few generations, or at least one generation of things to go a certain way before, like, future generations discover that it's harmful or poor practice. So all that will come about as we evolve, and when we can change our felt experience, and change how we feel, as a fundamental thing, like, that will totally change our outlook on life. And when I'm in the right perspective, that's because I have all my facilities intact. Like, I have the full spectrum of my emotion, and I'm present, I'm aware of what's going on, I'm engaged, and just being, you know. But I'll keep it short for this video.